guys, in this video I have the Samsung A22 here with me. The Samsung A22 was released in 2021 of June. You can see it has a very clean layout here. It kind of looks like the iPhone 11 Pro Max but with 4 cameras. It's actually cool. Now you can see it has a mint green color here. Mint green is nice. So it comes in 3 other colors, and we're just going to look around the phone and see how it looks all together. Now if you go to the bottom of this phone, you can see it has a speaker, one speaker, it has the charging port, and it has a headphone jack, which phones rarely have. Here it has the SIM tray, and above it has the microphone. On the come to the other side here, we see it has the volume key and it has a power button which also doubles as a fingerprint sensor. I won't say it's the fastest, it's not the fastest, but it actually does its work very well. So you can store 2 or more fingerprints to see how it works. Now we're in the phone and I'm just quickly going to head into my settings. So let's find that and open up the settings. Now I'm just opening up the settings and we're going to see the specs for this phone, all the specifications for this phone directly from the phone. So it's not as if I'm giving false information. So basically I'll tap on status information here and you can see there's nothing here to see. We go back to software information and this tells us about the software and the custom ROM Android is using. So this is One UI 3.1 with Android 11, can also be updated to One UI 4 with Android 12. Now if we come back here, we open up battery and we see that this phone actually runs a 5000 milliamp hour battery, which is fairly big and can sustain you throughout a day. Or it should do more, I guess. Now we're just going to leave this and see how the phone actually handles. So once we go back here, you can see that it's the refresh rate is what I'm trying to check here. I'm just swiping up and down. So basically your refresh rate is how many times per second your phone screen updates or refreshes, because every phone screen updates and refreshes in real time every 90 times or more. You can do 30, 60, 90. So but the refresh rate for this phone is 90 fps, frames per second. So that means it's basically just blinking 90 times in a second, or popping, updating, surface updating, whatever you want to call it, but that is what it does. So 90 frames per second gives clear pictures. It makes your gaming experience better and does a lot for the screen. So I'm just going to close that here, and you see that this phone here, if you look at it, basically I'm just going to be showing you the screen dimensions. It has a 6.4 inch screen diagonally with an Infinity U water drop display, and it feels great in the hand, I must say. Now if you hold this phone in your hand, it has some grip. The kind of like glass back is something you might need a case for so you don't drop it. The grip, it could be slippery sometimes because the side rails are polished, but a case will just solve that problem. So now if you notice, I'm just trying to open up apps to see, because this has a 4 GB of RAM on this phone with a MediaTek Helio G80. Now Helio G80 is a mid-range gaming chip from MediaTek, and it handles things pretty well, but it's not a top tier chip like Snapdragon or the Exynos, Kirin and the other chip. So basically you can't use this phone for really heavy tasks, but to handle some gaming, you can have Call of Duty, PUBG and any other game you want on this phone. Plus the 90 fps screen is going to handle it very well, I'm sure of that. So now we are going to just talk about this whole outlay and layout. I like the layout of the cameras of this phone, the whole look and feel of the phone. It just feels very premium in the hand, and yeah, you can pull it out anywhere and not be afraid. So the camera, if you notice here, it has 4 cameras with a flash beneath it. Now if you look at the top here, you have 4 cameras. I'm not going to tell you what all of them are for. The first camera is an 8 megapixel camera. So we have 8 megapixels for the first one. We have 2 megapixels depth on the right. We have 48 megapixels for the one on the left down, and we have 2 megapixels again on the other side, plus the flash. So I'm just going to be testing the flash now to see how bright it is. So a phone with good brightness is actually a good thing. So I put off my ring light and I put it on. Now I'm going to adjust the flash because it's not on the highest settings now, it's just on level 3, I guess. Now I'm going to take this up all the way to 5. So once I open up my flashlight here, I'm just going to try and increase it to 5. But I forgot to turn it on, so I'll put it on and shift it to 5 and put off my ring light now to see how it actually looks. And yeah, this is actually a very cool thing. The sound is perfect, it's nice, I must say. The brightness is actually very good. So we're going to check the colors and audio quality and everything, but we know that the flashlight has passed the check for this. Now this screen also has a 600 nits display. 600 nits is actually bright. 600 nits plus, it's an AMOLED screen with 600 nits, which is a lot. 600 nits is a lot. And 600 nits brightness, you might need to turn down your brightness a lot because it's too bright at night. Especially you use night mode and bedtime mode and you might be alright, but you still need to take it down. So now I think I'm just going to be checking how fast the refresh rate is, how good it is, plus the RAM. I'm just going to play a simple game. So I'll play a simple game to check this out and see how fast the refresh, or how good the refresh rate is, plus the RAM. So I'm just going to open up this game now and see how it's performing. So it's loading up. I'm going to note how long it takes to load up. Okay, it has loaded up already, and see the RAM is actually working. And I'm just going to fast forward this. Okay, so you can see that the game has started here. The graphics actually look good. Refresh rate is clean. The RAM is handling it. Because this is 90 FPS, you can play your PUBG with this phone and the graphics will be very clear. Call of Duty, the same thing. So that is a very good thing. I use a 60 FPS phone as my daily driver and it handles this game perfectly. So 90 FPS would only do it better, and Samsung never disappoints with their Super AMOLED displays. So this is 6.4 inches, enough room to play. The water drop is actually quite small, so you can't complain about it eating up your screen space and everything. So basically this is a good thing. So let's just wait for this game to end. And yeah, talking about something I hate ads. I just hate ads, especially in my games. I hate ads. Now we're going to test the audio quality. Let's see how good it plays. And yeah, that's actually good just for one speaker at the bottom. If you're shooting from one speaker at the bottom, the audio quality is actually very good and it can be loud too. So now the next thing we're talking about is the colors. Now once we open this up, we can see that we have, like I said, it has an AMOLED screen. AMOLED is like the best screen you can have. Samsung just did it with this one. So we're going to tap or play with the color settings a little bit. We have natural and vivid. On some phones you get natural, vivid, and we have saturated or other colors, and I think I prefer that, but this just has two colors, so it's not bad. You might not notice difference sometimes, but it's actually there. So if you look closely you will see. Now I've adjusted the colors and you can see. If you noted or you can see any difference, you tell me. I feel like the colors are more calm now and things like that. I put on natural, but once I change to vivid, you can see that the contrast and the saturation has just been turned off and it just went up. So that's one thing with the AMOLED screen. So you can leave your colors on vivid if you like colors that are popping and everything, but if you just like calm colors, then you leave your colors on natural. It's up to you. But for this phone, yes, the colors are doing good. So the next thing we're going to go to now is camera. So now I'm just going to open up my camera app, search for the camera app, and I tap open. Now once it opens, I'm going to be checking the video quality, the normal camera quality, and things like that. So I'll show you some disappointing things about this camera and the things I actually like about the camera. Now the camera is actually, I feel like it's kind of a little bit off tone, or like I don't know, it has some issues with saturation, which is a normal Samsung problem. Every Samsung has that problem, or most of them have the problem, but it's something that is actually good. If for the video that I just said, it shoots in 1080p at 30 fps and HD2, so it could have, I don't think if fitting a 4K camera would have been too much. And I opened up the more fields or more section, and you see it has other things with it too. So I'm just going to go into portrait mode, take some pictures, and I'll show you how they come out. So once I take the picture, I took it away to take some pictures and show you how they look on the phone. I also take some videos too. So now I've taken a picture of a portrait and this is how it came out. I feel like it's good regarding the fact that there's light on it bouncing on the surface and everything, and I don't think I auto cleaned the camera, so I won't say it's a fair test, but it did well. Now let's also try taking more pictures, and I'll take a video to see how this actually works. So now this is a normal picture, and I feel like this is calm. This is actually very cool. So the camera isn't bad, the camera quality is good. It isn't the best, it's not an iPhone 13 spec camera, but it's a camera that will give you clear pictures that you can actually post on your Instagram. Now I'm going to take a video with this, and you see how the video comes out. So don't mind how it looks in the video here, but it's because I'm using another camera to video this, so it can't come out the clearest, and I don't have all the equipment, but it actually looks nice, and the video it's nice. The skin tones are a bit off, but it's, like I said, it's a Samsung problem.
Okay, bye.